Today we are going to learn how to draw the balloon animal using Google Drawings. Remember to follow the watch, pause, do rule. I'm going to do something on my page, then you are going to pause this video and do it on your own. Are we ready? Let's begin. In order to make this balloon animal over here, it is comprised mostly of this rounded oval or rounded rectangle shape. So to create that, I'm going to click on my shape, or I can go to Insert, Shape, select this rectangle, and then the rounded rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and create one here. Now I need to make it look like the one over here. So to do that, I'm going to shrink it a little bit. Oops. You can shrink it by grabbing on the handles and adjusting it like so. And then I'm going to drag this handle here to make it a little bit more rounded. Then I need to change my color to this light yellow. Notice that the border on this one is a thick black line, so I am going to go over to my border weight shortcut, and I'm going to change it. I think 4 looks pretty close. Okay, go ahead, make your rounded rectangle the correct shape, the correct color, and the correct border thickness now. All right, now we need to do this little shadowy, shiny part of the balloon. So to do that, I am going to go and insert a shape, which is again the rounded rectangle. Oops. If it doesn't let you draw it, you can just go ahead and adjust as you need to. I'm going to make it a little bit more rounded by dragging in that yellow handle. And I think I just need to make it a little bit longer. I'm going to center it. And notice that in here it's white, so I need to go ahead and change my fill color to white. And I need to change my border color to transparent, which is down here. That way it'll get rid of that black outline. Okay, so go ahead and make your shiny shadow on yours. All right, friends, the next thing we need to do is we are going to need to make a lot of these shapes in order to do the balloon animal. So the first thing that we need to do to make this the easiest on us is to go ahead and select the entire shape, and then you're going to do a 2-finger tap or a right click, and we are going to group them. Now, when I move my shape around, the entire shape moves. All right, now I am going to need to do an edit copy or a 2-finger tap for copy. And then I am going to need to make 7 of these shapes. And here's why. I'm going to use the same shape to complete my whole animal. So I have one here. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, 9 more. So I'm going to go, and you can either do Control V, you can do an edit, paste. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, now I'm going to move these down here so that I can work on my animal. And this way, it will be ready to grab for each step of the way. All right, so I'm going to move this down here because the next one I want to do is my neck. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these shapes. I am going to go on this little circle handle up here, and I'm going to rotate it to be my neck. And I am going to drag it right on top of my balloon like so. And in doing so, I must have only grabbed the shape. So be careful. If you need to remove that your white shiny piece, you can. Okay. Now I'm going to actually select this whole thing here. and I'm going to move it. Oops, I'm going to select it. There we go. And I'm going to move it down a little bit so that I can work on this head. Okay. I want you to go ahead, group your shapes, duplicate them, and make your neck. All right, friends, now I'm going to do the head next. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take one of these shapes, I'm going to rotate it so that it's on an angle just like the one here in the picture. I'm going to click on my handle down here and I'm going to shrink it so that it is about the same size as this. And I'm going to go ahead and place it at the top of my giraffe. Now notice that mine is in the back right here. Well, I want mine in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and click on what I just selected. And I'm going to go to order and I want it to bring to front. See how that worked? You go ahead, make your head, move it into the right spot and bring to front. Okay, now we need to do our ears. Again, I'm going to grab one of my shapes from below. I'm going to shrink it to be the shape of an ear. I am going to rotate it by grabbing the handle and moving it in place like so. I want this one to be in front. Oh, actually, hang on, my friends. I forgot to grab the whole thing here. All right, now I got the whole thing. I'm going to make sure that it is grouped together, and it is. So now I'm going to rotate it. Select the whole thing and move it into place. But I want to bring it to the front, so I'm going to do a 2-finger tap. I'm going to go to my order. I'm going to bring to front. All right, I need my second ear back here. So I'm going to do the same thing. Find my shape, shrink it, rotate it, move it. And this is going to make it so that it's behind and slightly down. There we go. You go ahead and make your ears, changing the size, the rotation, and either bringing it to the front or the back to look like this. Okay, friends, next up are the legs. I'm just going to scooch these out of the way so that I can work on my legs. So I'm going to select one of my legs. I'm going to rotate it. Now, these are awfully long, so I'm going to go ahead now and shrink my leg and place it right there. I'm going to do the same thing with another leg. Bring it down, rotate it. I'm going to line it up here so that I'm shrinking it the right amount. And then I'm moving it right about there. Now notice that I want the front leg to be in front and the back leg to be in back. So I'm going to do a 2-finger tap to get my order, and I'm going to send it to the back. All right. Now, I need to also adjust this a little bit because if you see right here, it needs to be more in back. So I could just take care of that with a little rotation. There we go. Go ahead and make your front legs. All right, we're ready for the back legs. We're going to do this the same way as the front. I'm going to grab one of my shapes that I duplicated, going to rotate it, going to shrink it like so, and I'm going to place it on my giraffe. And I think I want to shrink it a little bit more so it's like the same length as my back leg, my front legs. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for my back leg. Grab one. This time I think I'm going to put it in position and then shrink it up. like so. And then you can see that this back leg needs to kind of be, oh, there's my front leg. I want to move. Yeah, this is the correct one. I want to work on that angle. Move it in place. And then I'm going to send to back. 2-finger tap, order, send backwards. Okay, and in all that process, do you see how my shadow on my back leg kind of moved? So I'm just going to go ahead and adjust that like so. If you need to, you can go right on ahead and adjust your shadow. Okay, go ahead and make your back balloon legs. Okay, we're nearing the end of our balloons that we copied from the beginning. So now we're going to make the tail. I'm going to go ahead and shrink that up quite a bit. Go ahead and place it and rotate. I'm also going to do a 2-finger tap and send backwards. Go ahead now and make your tail. Okay, I'm just going to move my tail in and down a little bit. And now you can see that we have these little triangles on our nose and tail, right where the balloon was tied off. So I'm going to go ahead, and that is a simple triangle shape. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a shape, or you can use your shortcut right here, shapes. We're going to go ahead and use this triangle. There we go. We're going to make it the same color. And when I click on my shape, I'm going to bring back my border weight. Same border, which was 4. I'm going to rotate this around. Then I'm going to bring it to put it right at the nose. I am going to go ahead and send it backwards. 2-finger tap. Send to back. All right, go ahead and make your nose. All right, now we can take a shortcut and we can click on our nose. We can do an edit copy. 2-finger tap and copy works too. And then an edit paste. And we have a second one here that I'm going to drag back here. I do need to turn it around so it faces the right direction. Oh, maybe just a little bit more. There we go. Put it right there. And then I need to do a 2-finger tap, order, send to back. Okay, friends, go ahead, make your nose or tail tie-offs. All right, now we have to get rid of the shadows, because if you look closely, you'll see that there is not a shadow or a white shiny part on the second ear. So go ahead and click so that you get that white box highlighted, and you can just hit backspace to get rid of it. You will see that this shadow, oh, hey, as I'm looking at the copy, I noticed that this one needs to be brought to front. So I'm going to do 2-finger tap, order, bring to front. There we go. I'm going to extend this shadow down here to go, oops, to go behind that leg. There we go. I'm going to get rid of the shadow on my front leg. And I'm going to get rid of the shadow on my tail by clicking backspace or delete, if it will let me do that. Let me try again. There we go. And as you'll notice, this one is a circle. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my shape, my circle. Like so. I'm going to change it to white and give it a transparent background. Okay, so go ahead and make your shadows and white shiny parts look just like the one in the example. All right, the last step. If you'll notice that my yellow shades are not the same as these yellow shades. Well, to fix that, all we have to do is click on a part that we want to change and we can make it darker. So I'm going to choose light yellow 1 for the darkest pieces. So that is everything that is truly in the back. So remember, you just click on the shape that you want to fill and change it to the color that you want it to be. So there are 1, 2, 3 that are light yellow 1. And then I'm going to make my head light yellow 2, as well as my tail light yellow 2, so that we have 3 colors. And as we're changing that now, I think I want to make my legs that same light yellow 2 color. Oops, that just got rid of my shadow. Hold on, we'll go back and undo. Just click that and let's see if that, there we go. Light yellow 2 for my legs, and maybe even my neck to get it to look just like the one in the sample. But you can play around with it if you would like. All right, there we have it. After you've changed the colors, go ahead, double check to make sure that it looks just like the one in the sample drawing, which I think ours is pretty close, and then go ahead and turn it in.